Okay, we are live on Facebook. And I'm recording on the local computer to be posted on YouTube later. So welcome to the 34th session of the Bhagavad Gita with STEM interludes for ages 8 and up. In the last session, we covered one of the verses from Bhagavad Gita, and that verse is saknotihaiva sodhum praksharir ravimokshanat kamakrododbhavam vegam sayuktassa sukhi naraha. So we saw that one who learns to give up desire and anger before he leaves the body is called a saint and is happy. And we also saw how meditation connects us to the soul and helps us avoid desires and anger and all that stuff. And we also mentioned, we also discussed in the last session that the recipe of meditation, how to meditate, will be given in the next sloka that we will cover. And that is what we are going to cover today. So this is the recipe for meditation. This is how your Lord Krishna says that one should meditate. So let us go through the sloka and then discuss the meaning. Sparsan krtva bahir bahyam chakchushchauvantare bhruvo pranapanau samau krtva nasabhyantara charinau. So again in English. Sparsan krtva bahir bahyam chakchushchaivantare bhruvaha or bhruvo pranapanau samau krtva nasabhyantara charinau. So actually this and the next sloka go together. So this is the 27th sloka of the 5th chapter and the 28th sloka of the 5th chapter both go together. So the next sloka is yatendriya-mano-buddhir munirmoksha-parayanaha vigatecha bhayakrodo yassada muktayeva saha. In English, yatendriya-mano-buddhir munirmoksha-parayanaha vigatecha bhayakrodo yassada muktayeva saha. So let us look at both the slokas. So what does sparsha mean? Sparsh. It's an Indian word, right? You would have.
It's a name.
It's a name, yeah, Sparsh. Many kids have Sparsh, the name Sparsh. So what does it mean? So when somebody loses sense of touch, loses their senses, typically touch, in Telugu they say that this person lost Sparsha. So what does Sparsha mean?
Feelings?
Yeah. Senses, feelings from senses. So the 5 organs, sense organs, whatever you feel from the 5 sense organs, those are called, that is what is covered by sparsha. External sense objects, such as sound, all the 5, sound, smell, vision, taste, and all that. Krtva, you know, krit means
to do,
kara. Kara is hand, so krtva means doing so. Bahihi is Bahya.
Like in Telugu, we say baita.
Yeah, exactly.
Outside.
Outside. External. Bahi, external. Bahyan means unnecessary. Chakshu. Chakshu. Akshu means akshaya. Akshas.
Akshara is a letter.
Akshara is a letter. Akshu means eyes. Chakshu is basically eyes. Even in Telugu, in poetic Telugu, they don't say kallu or anything, they say chakshu. Cha means you already know, and or also. Eva.
Like. Sorry, certainly.
Certainly. It means certainly. Antare.
At the end. Or.
Anta is end. Antare means within the end, inside. Antare is inside. And Bhruvo.
We learned that Bhruvam is the eyebrow.
Right.
Or something.
That's right. Bhruvo means in between the eyebrows. Prana. What is prana?
Soul or life.
Yeah, soul, life, but what is giving you life? What is the essence of life? What?
God gave us life.
God, but in with relation to nature.
Mother
Earth, but some people lose their life even when Mother Earth is there, right?
So the mom
and
the dad,
their body, which came from Mother Earth.
Yeah. So when does the body end?
When something goes wrong.
So physiologically, when does the body end life?
When you're no longer when the soul is no longer conscious of the body.
So how does a doctor check if a person is alive or dead? Do you know?
Heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
Pulse,
okay. How about other
pressure.
people? Other people in the house. Suppose somebody is not responding, and you want to check if the person is dead.
You'd see if they're breathing.
Yeah. So breath, right? So prana is breath. So prana in Sanskrit can refer to life or the source of life, which is breath. So pranayama is yama is controlling, and yama means control.
But isn't pranayama all of the yoga asanas and exercises that you do with your mouth and nose?
Yeah.
Breath.
So yama is control, prana is breath. Controlling the breath is pranayama. So prana is breath. Apanau. Apana means
the opposite
prana,
of prana?
apana.
The opposite of prana?
So,
not air.
So actually prana is what you inhale.
So inhaling and exhaling.
Yeah, apana is what you exhale. So prana apana means breathing in and out. So up and down moving air from your breath, basically. Sama
is equal.
Equal. So it means equalizing, but most of the interpreters of Bhagavad Gita have interpreted it as in suspension. That means it's balanced kind of thing. When the breath is balanced. Krtva is the same word again being used, so it means doing. Nasa.
nose.
Yeah, nasa is nostril. The tip of the nose is nasa. Nasa gre navamauktikam. Right? When you describe Sri Krishna, you say nasa gre navamauktikam. So nasa is tip of the nose, nostril. Abhyantara. Antare means within. We already saw that. Abhyantara means within that. Abhyantara. Nasa abhyantara means within the nostrils. Charinau means blowing. So all the words are pretty much by now they're quite easy, right? They're not too foreign to us anymore. Okay, let us look at the next sloka. So what is the meaning of this sloka in all? Shutting out all external sense objects, keeping the eyes and vision concentrated between the two eyebrows, suspending or equalizing the inward and outward breaths within the nostrils. If you do all this, what's going to happen? That is described in the next sloka.
So basically focusing on your body and nothing else.
Yeah.
Is
Like
that
what you
where,
do when you sleep?
Yeah. So yeah, we'll discuss that.
even in Western culture, they say to like put pressure over here in between your eyebrows, and that'll help you go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's why is that why you press it over here every morning?
And that's why with bindi too.
Yeah. So next is yata. This sloka, the pratipadartha is meaning for every word is yata means controlled. So yama is controlling, right? Yata means controlling. Narayana, Narayana. So that means controlling. Indriya,
Feelings, because Indra is one with lots of feelings. So
that's not the reason. Indriya means, basically body parts. Indriyas are your sensory organs. So indriya are sensory organs. Manaha is mind. Buddhihi,
intelligence, or like
intelligence,
knowledge.
intelligence. Munihi,
A sage, someone who
sage,
meditates.
someone who meditates, transcendentalist. That means who is in a deep meditative state. Moksha,
Reaching God.
reaching God, liberation. Parayana means yana means going towards. Parayana means going towards that goal. Vigata,
So is we a helping word or is it not?
discard basically. Vigata means give up.
So gata means to take in.
Gata means actually past.
So like
Gata is past or walking, movement basically. So vigata means it's no longer in movement. So you just discard it. It's no longer in current. That's what it means. So vigata means just discard. Ichha is desire. In all Indian languages, ichha means desire. Bhaya is fear.
Fear.
so
Fear. Krodha,
Anger.
anger. Yaha means one who. Saha means he. Yaha means one who or who. Sada is always. Sada, we encounter
Yes,
that word
Sada.
in many slokas, many songs. So sada means always. Mukta, we already know, is liberated. Eva, we know, is certainly. Saha, we already covered, means he is. So the meaning is, by doing all that described in the previous sloka, governing the sense, mind, and intellect, and keen on being liberated, free from desire, fear, and anger, the sage is forever free. So if you see the descriptions here, Lord Rama fits all these descriptions, right? He governed his senses, his mind, his intellect, and he was keen on liberation. He was free from desires. He was free from fear and anger. And he was therefore free forever, right? So that is why Lord Rama is described as the personified idealism. If you think of idealism as a person, and that would be Sri Rama, Lord Rama. So he had all these qualities. See, in just one word that his dad gave to his stepmother, he obeyed that, and he went to the forests for 14 years. For 14 years, he just survived on just he decided to survive on just a cloth that he was wearing, a bow, and a few arrows. That's it. He was going alone. So that means he had no fear. He was not angry with his stepmother. He was not angry with his dad.
And you didn't desire any of the.
Or else it would be
princely
too
things.
hard to leave.
Yeah, and he had no desires, no attachments. He was not attached to his mom, he was not attached to his dad, he was not attached to anyone. But he loved them, but he was not attached. So that is the difference between loving and attachment. He loved them, he respected them, but he was not attached. So that's why Lord Rama, if you are in doubt about making decisions, see, you're small, you don't have to make that many decisions. As you grow, you'll start making lots and lots and lots of decisions. So whenever you are in doubt, think Lord Rama. What would Lord Rama have done in this kind of a scenario? Would he get angry? Would he be scared? So a simple thing, right? You fear so many things. So when you fear, just ask this question. Does Rama, if it was Rama, would he have feared this situation? So think like that. So Rama is, if all this personified, whatever is described is personified, is Lord Rama. So Rama lived with people and he showed how to live, but still people did not follow his path. Some tried, but most did not. So then Krishna came and told all these good things to us. Still, people did not follow. Then Buddha came. What Buddha taught is basically this. He taught meditation. Lord Krishna did not call this meditation as such. He just gave the procedure to stay in control. And then later it became meditation, and Buddha further extended it. So this is exactly like you said, this is the way meditation is supposed to happen. Even the Westerners believe in that, right? So in fact, this is what I do when for sleeping. This is what I do. I close my, of course, I close my eyes and I concentrate between my two eyebrows, and then I focus on my breath. That's it, and I feel sleepy. But according to this sloka, the algorithm is slightly different. The intention is not for you to sleep, but to stay awake. You have to meditate when you are staying awake. If you meditate when you are sleeping, it is good. It is good for your sleep. But meditation will be good for your wakefulness if you meditate when you're awake.
But then how do you stop from falling asleep?
You have to practice. So that's what is
But
said
then when
here.
you're falling asleep, how do you stop from staying awake? I mean, yeah.
So that is what is told here, right? So keep the eyes and vision concentrated between the two eyebrows. That means do not close your eyes.
Oh.
So, and do not open the eyes too wide also.
Mhm.
If you open the eyes too wide, you will see, you will get distracted. What is the most distracting thing?
The world. There's so many.
Now, which of the organs is the most distracting? Sensory
Yeah, so
organ.
many things to take in.
Yeah, the eyes, right? So more than the smell, more than the anything else, you will get more distracted by your eyes. See, you see something passing, your thoughts automatically follow what you're seeing.
So it should be like yoga nidra.
So yeah, it is somewhat like yoga nidra. So you have to partially close your eyes and focus your attention on the point between your eyebrows.
How do you focus it when you don't even know what's there?
Just imagine, you just bring your attention here. Can you bring your attention here?
I'm looking at it.
No, can you bring your attention here? Okay,
Yes.
so put your finger on your tip of nose. So are you able to bring your attention to the tip of the nose?
Yeah.
Remove your finger. Are you able to bring your attention to the tip of the nose?
Yeah.
Yeah, so same thing. Can you bring your focus attention to the point between your eyebrows?
Yeah.
Yeah, remove the finger. You will still be able to focus.
After a while, it makes kind of like a buzzing sensation. If you do it
Right.
for 5 minutes. 10
Right.
minutes.
Yeah, that is only initially. But if you practice for many days, you will not feel that way. And it's a very powerful technique.
But how does doing that? It would definitely make you calmer and more composed. But how does it remove your anger and desire? And
You stop focusing about it. Don't you?
So what is the most important thing that we have? What is the most important position that we have?
our
Human
life
beings.
and our body.
Life. Okay, when there is life, what is the most important position?
Heart.
Heart. Which is the most powerful position? Okay, let me ask you this way. Which is the most
Mind.
mind. With mind, what does come?
Everything. It
Thought.
helps you understand, comprehend everything. And it runs your whole body.
It is the attention, right? From mind comes the attention, and attention is the most powerful thing. You are completely driven by your attention. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
Somebody may be pulling you with your hand.
If we
But
pay all of our attention onto that, then we'll pull back.
yeah, if your
But if we-
attention is
But
somewhere
if we
else,
look like if we're paying attention to someone else, we'll just let it pull.
yeah. See, like Ravana was trying to pull Sita towards him. But did Sita move? Not an inch, not a fraction of an inch. Why?
Because she had her attention on it.
Right, she had her attention on Lord Rama and no one else. So attention is the most powerful thing that any human being has. So when your attention is in your control, everything is in your control. And how do you practice getting your attention in control?
Meditation.
Meditation, exactly. And that is what is described here. How will you get control over your attention? By focusing, by bringing your attention to the point between the eyebrows. Why between the eyebrows? Because this is close to the brain, this is close to the mind. This is kind of the
And it's close to your eyes too.
yeah, close to the eyes. So it's a very pivotal point. So bring your attention there. Or some so there are many organizations, spiritual organizations based only on this sloka, just on this sloka. So there is an organization, I don't want to name the organizations, but there is one organization where they focus only on the heartbeat.
By like taking their pulse? Or
No,
feeling it?
just feeling it. Just focus on your heartbeat. Feel your heartbeat. You will not be able to feel it initially because we are in a very gross world. We are gross, right? Everything is gross to us. We don't care for many things. Subtle things we don't care. So that's why we don't feel a lot of things in our body. See, in olden days, it was said that many years back, the sages and all, they could cure themselves by focusing internally.
Oh, yeah, you said Satya Sai
Satya
Baba.
Sai Baba also said the same thing. He said he will cure his paralysis by focusing within.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, he actually got up. That's what people say. He started walking. He said he will cure, and he cured himself.
Wait, was there something wrong with his legs?
Yeah, he was paralyzed.
Oh,
So he could not move his limbs. I don't exactly remember the situation, but he could not move his limbs.
Did he do it for the rest of his life or only for a short time?
I think for the rest of his life.
Oh.
So, but anyway, in the olden days, really very old days, all these sages could cure themselves if they had a fever or something. They used to focus within. They used to feel their insides, and they used to cure. They used to control. Because the God has created cure inside us. There is cure inside us for every problem. Just like for every problem, there is a solution in the world, right? For every problem in the world, there is a solution in the world itself. Just like that, every problem with the body, there is a solution within the body. We should know how to use that solution. See, take the example of cold, common cold. There's no medicine for common cold.
Rest, make
Right.
antiviruses, and
Yeah. So that is an example of how your body can cure itself. Similarly, cancers. If you know how to cure, if you are, see, you said rest, right, for common cold. What are you doing by rest? You're basically
Meditate.
controlling. You're controlling so that was a gross level control. But if you go subtler level of controls, you can cure even cancers. That is the power of body. Body has that power. So because of our gross behaviors, we are living in a gross environment. We lost touch with our bodies, the insides of our bodies. We lost the ability to cure ourselves.
wait, what about those people who have time focusing? Like, there's a disease called ADHD, right? About
Yeah,
concentration.
Attention.
What about that?
yeah, that is unfortunate. I mean, they can still be
it's
trained,
harder.
but for them it is harder. So that could happen actually if you continue to be in the gross world and you get excited for every small thing, and or you feel sorrow for every small thing. That's what is going to happen. Maybe if not in this life, next to next life, and so on. So so you should not be so attached to the world. That is the point here. And the algorithm is given here. The method, how you control yourself, is here. Basically, bring your attention to the center of your forehead. When you are able to control your attention, you are able to control everything else, because attention is the most powerful belonging of a human being. And along with the focusing on the middle of the eyebrows, the other thing that Lord Krishna is asking us to do is to focus on the breath. Pranapanau samau. Pranapanau samau krtva. That means make the breath equanimous.
Inhaling and exhaling.
Yeah, equanimous has a deeper meaning, but equanimous probably is derived from this concept itself. So when you're equanimous, you're at peace. And you're at peace when you're able to control your breath. See, every reaction in your psychology changes your breath. When you're angry,
Yeah.
you breathe
Deeper.
deep. No, you breathe shorter.
Huh?
When you're angry, yeah, like that. Your breaths become shorter.
But when you're angry and you're trying to hold it in, don't you breathe deeper?
You
Yeah.
try to. So the way you control anger is by taking deep breaths. Why do
You
you
do
take
the
deep breaths?
opposite. Of
You take
doing-
the opposite of the reflex. The reflex is to shorten the breath. When you're angry, when you're scared, when all this desire, when you have a strong desire.
Which
Oh.
is why when you're angry and when you're nervous, they say take 10 really slow breaths.
Right,
Count backwards from 10 to 9. 10,
right.
0.
You change your attention. When you count backwards, what are you doing? You're
Bringing your
moving,
attention to
yeah,
that.
you're distracting your attention from something that is bad to counting backwards. So attention is the most important thing. So that is the reason why you have to be very judicious with your attention. Where your attention is going is very important. You control your attention, your life is in control. So Lord Krishna is saying that one thing is control your attention by focusing it on the middle of your forehead. And the second thing he is suggesting is make the breath balanced. Right? How do you make it balanced? So that is what I do when I don't get sleep. What I do is I count, I say Om Namo Narayanaya 5 times, focusing on so Shiva is supposed to be in the head, Vishnu is supposed to be in the heart, and Brahma, who is the creator, is supposed to be in the what is it? Abdomen. So your creativity comes from abdomen. Brahma.
Shouldn't it come from your mind?
No, it actually, the creativity is where Brahma is, and Brahma is in the abdomen.
Then why are people that are left-handed usually more creative?
So that is physiological. So I'm talking in, you have a point. You will understand it when you learn biology in more detail, why the creativity is in the abdomen and not in the head. Head also has creativity.
But it's more used for mental stuff.
Yeah, it's used for, the creativity comes from the abdomen. So that is where Brahma is in the abdomen. And your sense of justice and the way you deal with people comes from your heart.
Yeah.
Lord Vishnu is for that. How you deal.
Like if you have tons of love towards someone, that comes from your heart. And if you have tons of dislike towards someone, that comes from your heart too, kind of.
Yeah.
Is that why when you're doing Sangeetam, they tell you to sing from your stomach, not from your throat or your head or your nose?
Exactly. That's right. So you got it.
Wait, why would you need creativity for singing?
It's an art.
It's an art.
Oh, right.
You have to be creative for any art, whether it is singing or dancing or drawing or painting, all those arts. You need to be creative.
But I thought when you're just following a dance step, yes, you're making it really nicely, but you're following it.
That is the gross level of learning. That is just, it's like learning ABC. So just following the steps is the ABC of dance. So if everyone followed steps, who would invent this new choreography?
Oh,
Nobody.
that's creative.
Yeah. So you have to be creative in everything, whatever you do, unless you want to stay in a gross level, at a gross level. Like if you
Stay as a student.
yeah, suppose some people just want to live all their life flipping burgers. Right? There's nothing wrong with it, but they will remain in the gross level. That's it. They will never become creative in their life. They will lose the chance to be creative in their life.
When you become a teacher, you have to be very creative too, right?
Yeah, you have to be very creative. Teachers, researchers.
Is that why in like Bharatanatyam and other Indian classical dances they tie a junni over here in their stomach?
Oh, so the
I think that's more for
creativity
the core,
flows?
but
Yeah, probably.
it's for the core and I'm guessing for that too.
Yeah, probably. So creativity is in the abdomen. your sense of justice and the way you deal with people, all that comes from the heart. And then the power, the meditative power, the destructive power, and all that is in your mind, Shiva. So when I don't get sleep, what I do is I focus on Brahma. I say Om Namo Narayanaya, because Om Namo Narayana, the Advaita principle, right? God is one. Though you take different forms, I still say Om Namo Narayanaya, but I remember Brahma in the abdomen, Vishnu in my chest, and Om Namo Narayana, Shiva in my head.
How can you think about all three of them at once?
One after the other. First, Om Namo Narayana, focus on the abdomen and think about Brahma. Om Namo Narayana, focus on your chest, and then think about Vishnu. And say Om Namo Narayana mentally, of course, not outside. Focus on your head, your inside of your mind, and remember Lord Shiva. So that is 3. 4 is again Brahma, 5 is Vishnu. When you say Vishnu, when you remember Vishnu, leave your breath. In exhale. Similarly, again count 5. Om Namo Narayana, Om Namo Narayana. So you stop your breath, count 5. Right? So that's what I do. I control my breath. So 5 Om Namo Narayanas for exhaling, for inhaling, 5 Om Namo Narayanas for exhaling, and like that. So you balance the breath like that. So when you balance your breath like that, you will gain more control on your physical body also.
But if you work really hard, is it possible to think about all three of them at once?
Well, all God is one. So yeah.
Yeah, you can. You have to practice all these things. So, so this is a very powerful technique. So basically, what Lord Krishna is describing is this position. You keep your eyes slightly open, not completely open. So that is the reason why if you look at ancient sages, their eyes will be half closed. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Ancient sages and so if you search for sages half closed eyes, not this. See, like Lord Shiva, half closed eyes.
Or even over there. They're semi-closed.
They are.
No, like Lord Shiva, you see here, half closed. And how about Guru Nanak, Sikh Gurus? In the Gurudwara in San Jose, they have pictures of the 9 Gurus, and all of their eyes are half closed.
Like that
See,
one.
like here.
Yeah. But no.
Okay, let us see. So they don't completely close their eyes. Unfortunately, but in the Sikh Gurudwara, if you go there, I don't know which, I think it is San Jose Gurudwara itself. All the Gurus, 9 Gurus, their eyes will be half
Open.
closed. Yeah, half open. So, They are showing all modern gurus. But if you look at old gurus, Agastya, meditating Agastya, let us see. Anyway, you get the idea, right? So that is what is uh, recommended by Lord Krishna. So the eyes should not be completely closed. They should be slightly drooping, but you should still be open. Why should they be half closed?
So that you don't fall asleep in the middle.
You don't. If you close completely, you will fall asleep. If you open widely, then you will get distracted because eyes will take your attention away easily. So that is the reason why they should be half closed. And then the focus should be between the, in the middle of the forehead, right? Between the two eyebrows. And then the breath should be balanced. So equal amounts of exhaling, equal amounts of inhaling, same amount. So practice that. So when you practice that for many hours, even when you are not meditating, your breath is automatically like that. Because it becomes a reflex. So even if you do not consciously focus on your breath will automatically be balanced. So when your breath is balanced, you cannot become angry. You cannot get into any desires, strong desires. Nothing strong is going to happen. And your mind is fully energetic and active. When your breath is in your control, when your attention is in your control, your mind is extremely active and intelligent. You will get ideas like anything. So that is why if you look at these gurus like Sri Ravi Shankar or Sadguru, their minds are so fresh. They're old, right? They're more than 60 years or 70 years old. But their mind is so sharp. You ask them any question, they're able to answer in a very witty manner.
So the older the older people become, the more
No, it's nothing to do with the age. It is to do with the meditative power. Like Shankaracharya, he wrote so many.
He died at like 20 something. Like
31 or something. So in 31 years, his consciousness was so high. That is because of all these things. Maybe in the previous birth, his breath was all the time balanced. He practiced a lot. So your mind is, what brings down your mind is your anger, your desire, your attachment. Otherwise, your mind has plenty of power. Right? So breath is breath and your attention. Breath can control the body, basically, and the feelings in the body. So all these spiritual organizations, like I said, one of the organizations asks you to focus on the heartbeat because it's all attention. And the other organization asks you to focus on a dot on the wall with your eyes open. So you have to keep your eyes open and focus only on the dot. So that way your eyes are open. And the other reason you need to keep your eyes open is because you should be able to control your attention even when your eyes are open. So that is what they believe in. This organization wants you to keep your eyes open when you're meditating because they want you to be able to control your attention even when your eyes are wide open. So when you practice that, you'll be able to control your attention even when you're walking, even when somebody is distracting you, even some things are going on. So that is the second organization. The other kind of organizations focus on breath, like Buddha. Buddha's attention mechanism was on breath. He said, focus this. He said only the second part of the Lord Krishna's algorithm. He said, just focus on the nostrils, breath coming in and going out through the nostrils. Just focus on that and tip of the nose. That's what Buddha said. So Buddha's techniques are slightly, basically he rediscovered whatever Krishna told us. He rediscovered it and then he expanded upon it. He basically expanded upon it. And similarly, Art of Living organization run by Sri Ravi Shankar. There also the focus is on breath. But they do different things. They make it more current generation interested way of things. So they make you do some heavy breathing. They make you do some bhastrika, some yoga and all that. But the focus again is on the breath. So there are a lot of organizations, so many organizations totally based on this sloka. Some organizations ask you to focus on breath. Some organizations ask you to focus on your heartbeat. Some organizations are based on attention. Some organizations are based on breath. And people who don't know Bhagavad Gita, this is the purest form, right? You are getting the knowledge in the pure form. This was how it originated. All the current organizations are simply using a technique that was given to us several thousands of years ago by Lord Krishna. And they're presenting it as new technique, but it's an old technique, which unfortunately people see. How many people watched Bhagavad Gita video? I mean, I posted them. I posted another video about some gold medal stuff, and within one day, 100 views. I did not advertise. I did not 100 views. But Bhagavad Gita, for 1 year, maybe 34 views, 25 views. That also for 1 minute, half a minute, and things like that. People are gross. People are becoming more and more gross. They are losing sense for subtler things and the better things in world. They are after gross things.
Like in all the channels or channels that mom watches, the videos where they show all their dresses and packages gets millions and millions of views, but when they show like hair care or what to do, cooking, they just get barely any views.
Pujas and stuff.
People are becoming gross. That is very unfortunate. And people are becoming attached to the worldly things. They are after all the things which can cause them trouble later. So we lost touch with all the good things in Bhagavad Gita, in the Vedas and everything. And then people who discovered them, they are not giving credit to the original knowledge. Nobody is saying all these new people, new gurus who are talking about paying attention to your heartbeat and all that. They don't give credit to Bhagavad Gita. They project it as something totally new. And people fall for it. There are millions of followers for each of these organizations, but there are none for Bhagavad Gita. So you make it a little more gross, like you make it breathe heavily, or you make them, and make them do some words, some funny sounds, boom. And then people are happy. Oh, this Guruji is doing all that. We have to learn it, and people are happy. Let's go and do that. And in one movie, they showed an exaggeration of the same thing. They showed a Baba called Guruji called Tannu Baba. So whoever goes to that Guruji, he will kick them. And people go, get kicked and come back, and they feel very happy. Because they like gross things. If you say Bhagavad Gita, nostril, breath, nobody understands. First, talk about kick. I'm going to kick you to cure you. All your diseases will go away if I kick you. You say that, people will come. But you say, focus your breath on your nostril, focus on your between the eyebrows. Nobody is going to come. Why? Because people are after gross things. So even these Gurujis who are asking you to focus on heartbeat and all that, they don't start right away by saying focus on the heartbeat. They say, come to my, there is a, what is that? Mahaprasad. There is a pot, there's a Mahaprasad being served. Why don't you come here and learn about how to get rid of all your sorrows? That's how they advertise. Then people, almost everyone will have sorrows. Why? Why they have sorrows? Because they are after, no, because they are after all these gross things. So they don't understand that. They go there. After they go there, they'll tell some stories. They tell something, some interesting. They'll make you do ha 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 ha. So when some gross things like that they do, they're very happy. Wow, this Guruji is making us do ha 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 ha. What a great thing. And I lost all my troubles. I forgot my troubles. I'm feeling so happy. So that's how they start. And then they slowly say, meditate. Focus your breath, focus your attention on your heartbeat. Then they'll say, oh, yesterday he made us, he relieved us all of our pain by doing ha 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 ha. Today he's telling us to focus our attention on heartbeat. So maybe I will do that. So that's what they're not realizing that the whole idea is to focus on subtler things. The whole idea. So these Gurujis are very nicely camouflaging they are doing good service. There's no doubt about it. They are doing a great service. Many people would have committed suicide or they might have got into mental problems if these Gurujis were not there. They are doing an excellent service. There's no doubt about it. But what I'm saying is people are like that. People have become so much after worldly things. Right? So yeah, what Buddha did is basically he took just one part of this about the breath and he rediscovered it. He did not read Bhagavad Gita probably. He spent several weeks meditating himself, focusing inside and giving up. He tried many things. You know that, right? You know the story. He tried fasting. He tried so many things. And finally he said, why don't I just sit in a position for many weeks and see what's going to happen. He sat like that and then he realized that breath is what is controlling the whole thing. So he basically rediscovered what Lord Krishna said. So this is the most important, one of the most important slokas, this and the next. In the next sloka, Lord Krishna tells what happens if you do that. If you do that, then you will be governing your sense, mind, and intellect, and your intent will be on liberation. You will automatically be thinking about liberation, and you'll be free from all desires, fear, and anger. And then that sage will be free forever. That person will be called a sage and will be free forever. So it is very important to give up desires, right? We already talked about it before also, I think. It is very important not to have any favorites, not to have any attachments, any desires, right? So many people go to a place called Varanasi, Kashi. It's called Kashi. That's where Lord Shiva is supposed to reside. Lord Shiva's famous temple is there. So many people go there. If you go there, what they say is you have to give up your most favorite thing. Suppose your most favorite thing is
a cell phone?
Huh?
Cell phone?
Yeah, cell phone maybe. Then you'll have to give up cell phone if that is what is.
What if it's a person?
Yes, even persons, right?
You can give up the person. Like
yeah, Buddha gave up all his family.
Oh, that gave up.
Yeah, so they give up something that they like the most.
For that trip?
Or for the rest of their life?
Yeah.
For the rest of their life.
Then why would anybody go there?
Because it's
They want to give up.
fun.
They want to
But
give
it
up.
won't make them give up.
It's a belief that if you go there and give up, and it is easy to give up also. You know why?
Can you pretend to give up your favorite thing?
No.
Then you'd anger towards them.
Then what is
Okay.
the point? Then they're not practicing spirituality then. So in the name of spirituality, what you're becoming is you're reducing desires, you're reducing attachments. That's what you're basically doing by going to Varanasi and giving up on your favorite things. And it is also easy to give up things in Varanasi. You know why?
Why?
So behind the temple, so there's a Pasupatinath. Oh, sorry, that is. I'm getting mixed up with Nepal's Pasupatinath. So when you go to this, there are a few places which are famous for Shiva temples. One is Pasupatinath and the other is Kashi. Oh, even in Kashi, it's been a while since I went to Kashi, or Varanasi, but my memory of Pasupatinath temple is more on top of my mind. But in both cases, it's the same. But in Pasupatinath, it is much more visual because it's on the banks of a river. So you see Pasupatinath.
Is Varanasi the one that Lord Shiva goes to after punishing Brahma? Or is that something else?
Yeah, there are many stories about that. See, Pasupatinath, this is the temple. It's a Nepali temple.
Why does it look a little like China's?
Yeah, it looks like a pagoda.
Yeah, because it's close to China. It's north. It's way north. So Pasupatinath. So if you...
Wait, so did Nepal copy from, the style thingy, the Nepal copy from China or the China copy from Nepal?
It's not like that, right? See, the culture, the language changes every 100 kilometers.
Oh.
Every 100 kilometers, the language, the culture, things change. The way people look at things. In Indonesia, in Bali, for instance, you cannot go into the temple. The temple looks like somewhat like this. Okay, let us
Wait,
look at
it's just out. Wait, it's out. Wait, what?
See, a Bali temple looks like this.
But you just have to work it from outside.
Yeah. So it looks like this. It's like a pagoda.
That's a tall one.
Yeah. So Brahma is supposed to reside here, Vishnu and all that stuff. So you cannot go inside the temple.
It's like that game, telephone, where each person whispers something else. Every 2 or 3 people, the word or the phrase that they said at the beginning completely changes.
Yeah, that's right. 100 kilometers. Every 100 kilometers, things change. The culture changes. So in Nepal, that's how it looks like. But what I wanted to show you was, see, you know what this is?
Looks like a bonfire.
You know what these are?
Do you burn the favorite things?
Can you guess?
Wood?
Any other guesses?
It's not people, is it?
People. Dead bodies.
Oh.
Every minute, there are at least 20 to 30 dead bodies burning. There is a queue. There's a big queue there.
Wait, where
For
are the
people
people?
who want to, alive people who want to.
Not alive, dead people.
Already dead people.
Yeah, already dead people.
Where are the people?
What do you mean?
Oh, are they in that box looking thing?
Oh, you mean the dead bodies? They are somewhere behind. They'll be in a queue.
Wait, so they carry the dead body?
Yeah, and they bring the dead body to Pasupatinath temple and burn them here.
But then you won't have anything to bury in a funeral. Why would anybody do that?
What do you mean?
Why would anybody burn their body?
Lord Shiva is the Lord of death. So when somebody is cremated in Lord Shiva's temple, this is behind the temple. Similarly, Kashi.
How long does it take? Like less than a second, or if you die for your next birth to come, if you're like not going to God, for your next birth to come, does it take like 10 minutes?
Nobody knows.
What? Manikarnika Ghat. Manikarnika Ghat. See, this is Varanasi. See, you see this? This is in Kashi. These are dead bodies. They take the dead bodies.
So do they do that so like they go to God in the next birth or something?
Yeah, it is auspicious. Manikarnika Ghat. See, that's how they do this.
Wait, is it auspicious for the people burning or for the
soul,
body?
the body, the departed soul will reach God. That is a belief.
So will they be with God? Or will they go to their normal life?
So they will get a better life next time. That is the belief.
Oh. But you never know.
Yeah. So so if you go to Varanasi and if you see all these dead bodies burning, you'll automatically get dispassionate.
Dispassionate?
Yeah, means you will lose attachment. You will feel, what is this life? Anyway, I'm going to end up like that. Right? So you don't feel attached. So in machine learning, all your weights will be zeros for the features. Right? So giving up desires is very important. So in fact, some people go to the crematory grounds or cremation. That's where they burn the dead bodies. Every once in a while they go there. And then
to see the dead bodies and get rid of their.
Yeah, they get dispassionate. They become, what is life? I mean, why do I have to think so much about so many things? Anyway, I'm going to end up like this. So that is one way to give up desires. Anyway, that's but the better way to give up desire is to do this. You don't have to go to Kasi. You don't have to go to Pasupatinath temple. You don't have to do anything. You just do this. That's what Buddha did. That's how he became dispassionate. So going to Kasi and all that is also, and why do we have so many rituals? Why does our culture have so many rituals? Because not everyone can understand these subtle concepts, but people understand gross concepts easily. When you say, ha 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 ha.
Does it actually relieve your sorrows?
Huh?
No.
What?
Does it actually relieve your sorrows?
Yeah. Really. When I go to India, right, there's a park near my home. It's called Indira Park. It's a very nice park. I really like it. So there, people early in the morning, they all group together. Some of them will be doing yoga, just like in China with Beijing we saw, right? Beijing, people do Tai Chi and all that. Why even in the park on what is it? Cropley, behind your on the way to your school, many people come together and do Tai Chi there in the morning, early in the morning. So same thing in Indira Park. Indira Park, people come and they do yoga and they do this laughter medicine.
You said that there is a treatment where they just sit and then they laugh for like an hour.
Exactly. That is what they do in Indira
Oh,
Park. That is what they do in Indira Park. In the
Do
morning.
they paint and color and draw? Because that's really calm.
Yeah, some people could do that also.
It grabs your attention.
Yeah.
So doesn't it work?
Could they do karate? Because that like throws all your anger away. Like when you're angry, you just want to
anything
smash
physical is
whatever you're
good.
mad at.
Anything physical will change your chemistry. What is it called? What chemicals are they? Adrenaline and
Hormone?
It will produce serotonin, I think, serotonin or something.
That's the thing, the
which
hormone that makes you happy.
Right. So anything physical, anything gross will make you happy. So that is the reason why rituals are there in our culture. So many rituals. So if you cannot practice this subtle thing of meditation and all, some people can't. Imagine somebody who has flipped burgers all his life. For 40 years, he has been flipping burgers, or he has been in construction work. He will not understand these things. But if you ask him to do he will understand that, right?
But if he does that, the gross level thingies for some time, like a long time, and stops doing flipping burgers, will he soon be able to understand?
So he will have to slowly start with rituals. So and all that he has to do. Then slowly his interests will change. They become more and more subtle. See, when I went for this 11-day camp, Vipassana is like seeing inside. In Sanskrit or in Pali, Vipassana means seeing inside. Buddha was speaking Pali, right? His language was Pali. Yeah. So in Pali, Vipassana means seeing inside. So in Vipassana 11-day meditation camp, what we do is for 11 days, we see inside. We basically focus, bring our attention inside. And you'll realize amazing things just in 11 days. Buddha used to make them do for 3 months. But now nobody has time for 3 months, right? And then there's no money also for that kind of, people cannot afford 3 months. So now it's only 11 days. So in 11 days, you will realize a lot of things. See, I told you, I think, right? I realized that I had a pain in my hand. Till that time, I did not feel the pain. I was just sitting. Why will my hand pain? Tell me. After 10 days or 7 days, my hand started paining.
Because you actually, I think you told us this before. When you were doing it, you just ignored it and kept on working.
Right.
But when you relaxed, you actually felt.
When you start feeling your body, inside body.
But was it hard to go from the gross, like on day 1 or 2, was it hard to go from the gross world and then to be sitting around or meditating for like several hours a day? Wasn't it hard?
It'll be hard. But if you should be determined. So every day there is a focus. So one of the days the focus is on avitthana. Avitthana means determination in Pali. So you have to, they'll make you focus on determination. 5th day, I think.
Did they make you do like?
No, just sitting.
Stamina?
No, just sitting. Nothing fancy.
But
nothing gross.
How do they know that you're not, daydreaming or falling asleep for that matter?
No, everyone goes with the intention of becoming better. So why will they do that? So everyone will do their best. So you have to persevere. You're right. Some people go back after 4th day, 3rd day, they go back. But a lot of people, majority of the people stay for all 11 days. So it's a great feeling. So this is the whole idea behind all those camps. These 2 slokas tell you, give you the most important technique for meditation. So attention is your most important position, most powerful. So if you control attention, then your life is in your control. And to control your body, breath, anger and all those feelings in the body, breath. So you're basically reverse engineering. So if you're angry, your breath will become shorter. So that is the reason why you take deep breaths. But deep breaths you cannot take for long. So always try to maintain the same uniform length. Prana, Panau, Samau. Prana and Apana should be in equal, balanced.
Same.
Yeah. Okay, so let us end with our prayer. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Sanmangalani Santu. See you next week.